Well, unfortunately, we have to end the year on a low note thanks to Netflix for releasing this absolute terrible trash. And again, they released it on Christmas Day. I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. They thought this will be a Christmas present to remember. And it's going to be another one of these shows. Give it a year, not even that long, really. Is it going to take that long to stop talking about The Witch of Blood Origin? I really don't think it is. Probably not that long, but it's definitely a highlight of just bad storytelling of 2022. It's definitely up there. If it's worse or better than The Rings of Power, it's too hard to say. But it's certainly been a bad year, especially with fantasy. The only good show we had was House of the Dragon. We had that side by side with The Rings of Power. We've had this Witcher show. What else? There's been another couple of things that we had Willow. Unfortunately that's still going into next year, so that's going to be fun. I've still got to get my review done for that. But let's just dive into this because I want to get it done. I want to relax. I've still got fucking Willow to watch. It's just a never-ending cycle of dog shit. So, this episode was only 35 minutes. Luckily enough, 35 minutes with about 10 minutes of credits. It's almost like Netflix came in and said, "Listen, Lauren, don't bother. Don't bother. Just cut the shit out of it. Just cut it all." I think that's definitely what's went wrong with this show is they've just cut scenes everywhere. That's why everything is so disjointed. Nothing connects to one another. It's just, here you go. Here you go over here, and here you go over there. That's really all this show's been. But where we left off on episode 3, it was only yesterday I watched it. I'm already like trying to fucking discard it from my brain. So we ended on they were gonna infiltrate the palace by dressing up as, because we've got to go over some of the stupidity that was episode 3. So their plan was, well, what happened is Skian, Michelle Yeoh's character, she went off to the palace pretending to betray the rest of the diversity gang. And she asked for 50 of the Empress's soldiers, and the Empress gave them to her. As I pointed out in my review, that's like me going into a police station asking for 50 of their policemen to come and help me catch a bad guy. They would tell me to fuck off. We'll do it. That's what would happen. But in this, the Empress went, yeah, I'll send 50 of my men and let you lead them. Right. So we had that bullshit. And then, yeah, they killed all those people dressed in their armor. And that's how they were going to infiltrate the palace area. The only problem was that they had a dwarf. Everybody knows there's no dwarves in their army. So straight away they would go, well, you're clearly up to something. I don't even know how they got armor to suit the dwarf. I don't know. I did not see a dwarf in armor, like when they were actually the Empress's soldiers. So I don't know where they got that from. And then also you have one of their soldiers that is the Lark, and she's got dreadlocks hanging out the fucking back of it and the side of it. Yeah, there's just so many things there where they're going to notice that, oh, these weren't the guys we sent out, were they? But no, we don't see that anyway. They don't show it because they know if they did, they'd have to figure out that, oh, there's a dwarf there. We never sent out a dwarf. We seen them leave. So this shouldn't even work. They should get to the doors and go, you got a dwarf, piss off. They would know straight away. But not in this show. In this show, it's upside down world where nothing makes sense. So that's kind of what we're getting into. So she just had the conversation with right, where are we? Let's try and start here. So yeah, you basically have the narrator that has no purpose whatsoever other than to repeat what the fuck we already know. That is the only point in the narrator. There's no point to her. Get rid of her. Why you have her, I don't know. Oh, that's right. We need to connect this dog shit to the other dog shit. That's the reason for a narrator. She's got to tell Jaskia to sing the song of the Tale of the Seven Diversity Squad. So that's why we've got a narrator, but she just repeats what we already know. We already know this. So she says, like, Eridan's scouting party found a suitable world and she would conquer it. It's like, yeah, we know this. We know what their plan is. And it's, funnily enough, Eridan's scouting party. So how many? You're going to conquer a new world. How many soldiers would you send through that portal? A load of them. An army of them. We'll soon see how many they're sending. Unbelievable. So, yeah, the narrator just, it tells us what we already know. We know exactly what they're doing. So, this is the amount of people they're sending through to conquer a new world. 6 people. 6 people they are sending to bring back resources and stuff. She's like, food is top priority because we don't want the peasants rising up against us. So that's what we need to get. Send more men, you dumb bitch. Send more men. This is just unbelievable. You're sending this amount of people. So it's 6 people, including Eridan and Baylor and his deaf, that deaf woman that uses sign language. In it's like American Sign Language, isn't it? Something like that. In a fantasy that's supposed to be kind of set in Poland. Right, that makes sense. So those are who's going. She's like, yeah, bring back, because I so care about my people. I don't just care about power and stuff. And, one thing I did forget to mention, which we'll eventually get to. We talk a lot about the messaging that is in all this bullshit. And some of the messaging in this is fucking baffling. the things that they are on the side of is insane. That being the writers, they haven't realised what the fuck they've written. But we'll soon get to... I should have mentioned that at the start. I don't even know why I mentioned it now. So that's who they're taking. 6 people. Baylor and the deaf girl. So they all go through into the portal. And that was, I did write that in my notes, that there's just no timeline of events in this show. It's like when we ended episode 3, like our diversity gang were coming into the palace, and now we're doing there's no timeline in this show. It's just random shit. That's why I think there's just been loads of stuff cut out. It's like everything is happening at the same time, and then it's not. It's like, what's going on? What is going on? But yeah, they go into this new world. They go, what's this? What's that? And all that. And then she's like, do you mean to sacrifice them? No, he doesn't. So what he does is to sacrifice, he slits her throat. So that, like, for some reason, they haven't even built this character up. They pretend like you should give a shit. Or, like, they pretend like they have established enough where it's like, yeah, Baylor, this is like a big sacrifice to him. It doesn't seem like it. What is their relationship? What does he need her for? She hasn't done anything of use. So I don't understand. You've set nothing up whatsoever. You're just trying to, pay stuff. It's like, no, you need to spend time establishing what characters are. But we needed a deaf girl that did sign language so we could virtue signal about it. Meanwhile, in the show, it makes no fucking sense, and I couldn't give a fuck less. Oh, just no work whatsoever has been put into this show. So he's now transformed into summon, like he can just now use chaos magic. And then he says to like Eridan and that, he says, you betrayed me when I gave you everything, or some shit like that. And then he opens up a portal and sends them through. So that's that. What the fuck are these swords? I don't know what these swords are meant to be. I really... That's the fucking dumbest sword design I've ever seen. So they get sent for a portal, and then he goes in the snow or something. That thing speaks to him and says, "You have now sacrificed enough to transform into and be able to use chaos magic because you killed that girl that I don't know what of use she was to you." Why, you know, he says, "Oh, I cared. You're one of my fucking most important people to me." Why? Why is she? We haven't seen any of this, Baylor, so you just saying that don't mean shit, does it? So he's now got chaos magic. He doesn't really come into the story until the very end, because we need it's not the convergence. I think I said convergence last time. Is it convergence? I don't know, the big thing that happens that opens up worlds to worlds. So that's why he's a part of the story. It's all bollocks. It's all fucking bollocks. It's like the most boring thing you could do. I think there is probably some things we don't need to see it. We don't need to see it. Have it just be this, you know, people don't really know, but some people do. You know, have it like that. I don't know. So they've gotten into Zintreya. They're not in the palace yet, but they've gotten into Zintreya, even though they have a fucking dwarf and a woman with dreadlocks hanging out of fucking a uniform. As if they allow that in the army. Where you can just, oh yeah, just have your dreadlocks. That makes sense. Give your enemies something to grab onto. That makes sense. So, yeah, nobody stopped. None of the other soldiers stopped them at the gate and went, "Hold on a minute, why you got a dwarf? Why is that? What's going on here?" Hasn't happened. They haven't shown us because it make it worse. They don't know how to tell a fucking story, do they? They don't know. So they're not. I'm just baffled by, like, just. I don't get why the palace is like this close to everything. Like the entrance to the palace is right amongst this shithole. I don't really know why it's set like this. That doesn't seem likely to me. Generally, a palace is out the way so you can't get to it. Whereas in this, oh, you can just walk through a front door and that gets you in the palace. I don't know why the palace is set up that way, really. But that's because they need certain things to happen. They can't spend time where, well, now this has got to happen. So that's why. That's why it's like set here. Why? Why is it so close? I don't know. So they come down, and then he says to her, he's now like some sort of witcher, because a bunch of random contrived shit happened, and now he's a witcher. He's the first witcher. So he says to her, what does he say? So look, yeah, no one's look, you. I'm sorry, that sticks out. That sticks out. I'm sorry. They should just go. Oh, that doesn't look right. What? These people have got like these around the side, whereas you've just got a helmet on top. It's not even on properly. So he says to her, "Oh, the grain stores, the Empire's grain stores that are outside the palace." The Empire's grain store, why is it outside the palace? You know, I guess if it's the one where they give it to the people, why are the people getting food off them? The people can make their shit and feed themselves while also donating to the Empire. So why they need a grain store outside the palace? Seems like something you want to put inside in case people, you know, overpower the guards and open up the grain store. So it's just like, you know, oh, there's the Empire's grain store. There'll be, what is it they say? Basically, he just basically says, oh, they'd be weak. They'd be weak because, you know, from what indication is there where he's like, oh, there's no grain in there. And then, yeah, they later on open up the grain store. It's empty, and they're all surprised by that. It's, well, he just told you that, oh, they're weak because they ain't got a lot of food. So I don't know what the surprise is. That, oh, it's empty. It's like, no shit. You know, the whole reason they want to conquer new worlds is to bring back resources and food and stuff. You know, as if that even makes sense. You're sending people to conquer a new world. What do you think's in this new world? What do you think? A fucking Tesco's or something? You know, do you think you got a big supermarket in one of these worlds? Like the Empress was like, bring back food. That is a priority. Yeah, they've just got, you know, tins of bread and stuff like that. They're just gonna come back with it all. So that's still dumb as fuck that there's a dwarf there. that is just how did no one at the main gate just look at that and go, well, we're not letting you in. So she chaps the door, and then they let her in. They don't take the army in. I thought that was the whole fucking point. I thought that was the whole idea, was to, oh, we need to dress up like this, so then they'll let us into the palace, and then we can kill everybody. But no, they take off their stuff outside the palace. And for some reason, no other soldiers walking about above the palace like realizes, oh, what's going on down there? Doesn't happen, but you know, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. How have we been going this long? I really don't know. We're only 5 minutes into the episode. There's just too much shit in this show. It's like I really don't know what is worse at this point from 2022. I don't know anymore. I just can't figure it out. So then Avocado, whatever his name is, he comes in with this book and says Sindral was a genius. We could actually time travel. Don't start bringing time travel into anything, all right? You haven't got the ability to do it. So don't do it. It doesn't matter anyway, because there's not going to be a season 2. So it doesn't really matter, does it? But I imagine that's you know, throw time travel in there. That will get people to watch. Unfortunately, it won't. So that's what he's saying. And then she comes in with Stoneheart. I'm just going to call him Stoneheart because I still can't pronounce his name. Because it's FJALL. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Who cares? So she comes in and he's as prisoner. Again, it makes no sense why she sent her off with her own men. That's you know, that's really pissing me off. That is. So he brings her in, and then she's like, "So I'll take what I'm owed and leave." And the Empress is like, "Nah, we're not doing that now." So what have we got? Yeah. Also, she's still got her fucking swords. Still got her swords. And the Empress is about to go, actually, we're going to behead you. Maybe take her swords off her first before you say that, because she may just go, all right, fine, I'll fucking kill your guards and stuff, and then I'll kill you. Take the swords off them. I don't know. They just haven't looked and went, actually, they would take her weapons off her, wouldn't they? You know, just let this empire burn to the ground, because they're absolutely useless. So is this the part? I don't know if we get to the part yet. Yeah, no, I think we do. Yeah, I think we do. How is all this happening in fucking... We're like 6 minutes in and already all this stuff is going down. I'll have to check, actually, because I'm not sure. No, I think I'm getting a bit too far ahead of myself. So then they go up to the grain stores. They kill these guys. Because for some reason, there's only two soldiers out the front of the palace. Right. Okay. 2 people. That's all there is. So, yeah, they go up and kill them. And then they start, like, ripping off their armor. So now we get to the scene where this delusional bitch is just... Fuck it, it's so hilarious. Even now, with everything that's went on, they still think she's like good. It does get worse than that. You should prepare yourself, because it does get worse than that. Unbelievably worse. I don't know how you wrote it. So essentially, it turns out, oh no, we're not gonna. She's like, you must honor our agreement. And then like the Empress is like, oh, you know, you're from the Ghost Tribe, and they held honor high above anything else. Yet you've betrayed your friends. You've betrayed your friends because she wants her sword back. You've betrayed your friends for a little bit of metal. What the fuck are you talking about, Empress? Do you not remember episode 1 where you killed your fucking brother, you traitorous bitch? Do you not remember that? Have you forgotten? It's the way she says it, and all. She says it like all high and mighty. It's like, you sold out these people for a bit of metal. You killed your brother. That's worse. And even, it's like she's actually not selling them out. But she says it like she's all high and mighty, but it's like, no, fuck off. You killed your own brother, you piece of shit. We soon get the reasons for why she does that. And yeah, nah. She tries to like justify her killing her brother. And like genocide and everybody. So she's not good. They're not going to honor the agreement. Keeps calling her. She's betrayed people. It's like, no, you have. You have. And then she's got the nerve to call Skian. What does she call her? A disgrace to your ancestors. You know, I don't know what we're doing. It's like you killed a load of people. I don't know why you think you can say anything. Are you that delusional? Fucking unbelievable. So yeah, they're gonna behead her when they don't take her fucking swords again. But I'll rant about that later. So then it's like, how's she beaten anyone? Look how skinny she is. How do you have any strength whatsoever to kill anybody? I don't know. So she starts giving a speech. And then that's when you realise, oh, that's why you need the palace this close to the shithole. So she can give a speech in front of the people, and then when it comes time, then she can go straight in the palace. She doesn't have to go over to that section of the city, give a speech, and then make her way to the palace. So that's why the palace is this close to everything. No room to breathe whatsoever. So she just gives this speech is probably worse than what's her name in the Rings of Power when she gives her speech to the town folk. It's probably a lot worse, a lot more cringe. She doesn't. You're not good enough an actress for it. I'm sorry, you're just not. You haven't got what it takes. You haven't got what it takes to deliver a good speech. You know, unfortunately, it's written very poorly, and just the delivery of it is, holy fuck. Why is anyone even bothering listening to you? You know, it's just like, we shall have freedom and all that. It's like, what are you copying Braveheart, are you? So, well, she gets to her speech soon enough, but they open up the grain store. Oh, it's empty. It's like, yeah, he just told you it was. He told you, oh, the people were starving, so they'll be weak for us. And you're like, oh, there's no grain. It's like, yeah, you've been told. You've been told. So she starts going on about all that lies ahead for you, for your children, is starvation. We need to rise up. It's fucking cringe. It's so shit. And then that woman starts singing that fucking hideous song that keeps coming up. I don't care. Stop wasting screen time singing shit songs. I couldn't fucking care less. So the people are now going to rise up. And by the way, there's no soldiers. Where are the soldiers? Why aren't they seeing any of this? Word must have gotten to them by now. Oh, there's a big congregation going down here. There's a woman delivering a speech. They're talking about rising up against the Empire and stuff. No guards appear. Because one thing you'll start to notice is The whole palace, the whole of Zintrea has about 5 soldiers. Where are they all? You would expect thousands of them. But no, they killed 2 of them, and that's all that was there. Outside the entrance to the palace. 2 of them. So they're going to rise up. What a shit speech. It was delivered so poorly. Because she starts like yelling and all that. It's like, yeah, you don't have it like for that. You don't have the voice for it. You don't have the acting ability to be able to pull it off. So give it a rest. Then they start doing their like edgy shit and all that. And then they go into the palace where this stuff's going. They've took away Skian. We'll see her later on. She comes down to him, and yeah, we've got a conversation here where it's like just fucking hell. We haven't got much to go over here. So she admits to him, I killed, you know, my family. I killed your family. What does she say? And the reason why she did it, because I was just going to be a footnote in someone else's story. That isn't a justification for genociding people. That I was just going to be a footnote. Fucking deal with it. You fucking spoiled princess twat. Oh, I want to be the main character of the story. That's why you killed everybody. On that basis. That I was going to be a footnote in someone else's story. That's not a reason to kill people. That means you're insane. But no, she's a woman, so she's actually right. As we soon find out, as soon as our main hero tells her that what she did was right. Fuck me. So yeah, she's like, I killed your friends and family because I was going to be a footnote in someone else's story. I was unseen. So that's a reason to kill people. And then he says, I saw you. I saw you. And then she's like, the old ways had to die. As much as I love my brother. Now I'll stop you right there. If you loved your brother, you wouldn't have murdered him. But you did. So I don't think you love him. Because if you did, you wouldn't kill him. You know, generally, if people love someone, they don't kill them. All right? They don't kill them. So I'll have to stop you on that one. And then she continues on saying, he would have made the same mistakes as the kings before him. First of all, how the fuck do you know that? And second of all, he was actually sorting out a peace treaty. So everyone could have food, everyone would get along. You didn't want that though, did you? You didn't want that. You didn't want a peace treaty, so what you done is, you sorted out a peace treaty. You know, doesn't make no fucking sense. Really doesn't make no sense. The king already had a peace treaty going. And nobody wanted it because they didn't want a peace treaty, so they went and signed a peace treaty to kill the monarchs. Fuck off. So, yeah, she doesn't know if her brother would make the same mistakes like the old kings did. You know, you could have just spoke to him. You could have just tried to convince him. You didn't have to kill him. But you did, because you're a piece of filth. But the writers on the show still seem to think that she's good. Or something. Yeah, whatever. So then, does she say much? I don't think she says much else. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, you know, again, she killed her brother. It's like, he would have made the same mistakes. No, he was setting a 1,000-year war. That is what... The peace treaty that her brother had going would have ended a 1,000-year war. However, a 1,000-year war goes... Don't know how you have a 1,000-year war. But that's how they set it up. His peace treaty would have ended that. So this idea that, oh no, you would have ruined it. No, how? You've ruined it. You've ruined it. So that's a justification for killing. For killing his family. Her own family. You're so fucking dumb. So then she's like, I want you by my side to rule. It's like, no, you killed his family. You killed his family. I'm sorry. Why would you even ask that? because she's fucking stupid. And I'm still really tired of this armor. This armor's really annoying. It's so bad. It's designed poorly. When we get another shot, we will talk about it more, because fucking hell. So then he's like, you think I could forgive you after what you did? So then he starts, monstering out. You know, he goes more Hulk than like Hulk. Turns into the Hulk. But that's a bit later on. So he goes mental, and then he kills those guards, and then she runs off to her bedchambers. Maybe get out of the fucking castle. I don't know. And then he's gonna fight this beast. So then we cut to this absolute bullshit. So, you know, of course she killed them because they... right, let's try and find the frame. So they're walking her down here. They haven't got her chained or anything like that. They're taking her somewhere to behead her. And they didn't think maybe we should take her weapons off her and tie her up. They didn't do that, so she killed him and broke free. It's just so tiring. It really is. It's so tiresome that you can't figure out that take her weapons off her. She shouldn't be walking about the palace in the first place with swords. But she is. But you would think when she knows that she is about to die, maybe take her swords off her, because she may want to survive. She may want to live. So take her swords off her, then she can't do nothing, can she? She can't do nothing to you. Fucking, that annoys, that shit like that really just annoys the shit out of me. It's like, no, they would obviously take her weapons off her. So then they're trying to get in, they're doing some magic bullshit to open up the, you know, maybe if you had stuck to your plan of infiltrating the palace dressed as their soldiers, even though it wouldn't work in the first place, then you'd already be in the fucking palace, wouldn't you? So even she's like, we'll end up with soldiers up our asses. No, you won't, because there's no soldiers about. In a big city, there was 2 soldiers out the front of the palace. 2 soldiers. As if an uprising started and people couldn't get in these fucking wooden doors. Oh, fucking... I think so far, this is definitely the worst episode. I think we've been going 30, round about 35 minutes, and we're only 14 minutes into the fucking episode. Oh, I don't know how this... just issue after issue after issue, it goes on, and it doesn't end. It doesn't fucking end. So then Skian comes, and because the guards left her swords on her, didn't tie her hands or anything, so she comes to the front door to open it, because there's no other soldiers about the fucking palace. So let me just make sure I'm caught up with everything. So yeah, they go in. They're like, where's all the guards? It's like, yeah, that's my question. Where are all the guards in a palace in a big city? Where are they? Where would they be? I don't know. I don't know why there isn't. But we need to make it easy for them. So that's why. So they're walking through here, they kiss and stuff, whatever, don't fucking care. She's like, strap your tits, because I'm edgy. So edgy. So they have this fight, the dwarf gets hit with an arrow, perfectly fine though. And then she slaps him on the arse. I thought we weren't allowed to do that. Okay, I guess it's alright on the other foot, isn't it? Now there's guards about. It's like, how? Oh, fucking hell. These are guards. These are shields, are they? I don't know why everything's so polished and all that. So then, yeah, someone out a window throws down like a fire pot or whatever. This woman comes screaming, and it's, fucking hell. She just comes screaming. So there's riots and all that going on. So now we're gonna, we get little tidbits and snippets of them fighting, but not much. He cuts its ankle. Right, all this power, you cut its ankle. So that's going on. That beast does shoot at him a couple of times, and then later on, in the final fight, it doesn't bother using that ability. Okay. So then they're watching she's going off to to her chambers. They have a conversation about some bollocks. And then, why, with all this going on, why are you going to your fucking chambers? She's going to get this thing, but I'm like, you might as well have left it. But now she's so where did the soldiers go? Because, like, the next minute, I don't know if there was guards outside the front door, the door. I don't think so. So this is when we get to it. We get to what the writers don't realise that they're defending. So what goes on? What do they say? So, we get the usual generic stuff. Like, basically, we're more alike, me and you, or whatever they say, you and I. Why do we do that with everything? Why is everything, we're actually more alike than you know? It's like, no, you're not. She burned a family and then thought she could make up for that by going off and singing, whereas you actually you killed your own family. But she's like, oh, well, we've got a lot in common. We have both abandoned lives written for us to write our own. You didn't abandon lives. You killed fucking people. You killed people. You didn't abandon anything. You killed people because your reason was, I was just going to be a footnote. Fucking. But again, we with it being Lauren Hissrich, we're fighting the patriarchy, and I think with this shot, we can finally talk about a bit more of this armor. So you're not really protected anywhere here. You can get stabbed anywhere, and then you've got this open section here. Why do you have an open section? Why is that? People can just shove a knife in there. Why is that like that? It's designed poorly. So we've spoken about that. So yeah, we get the conversation, which is so the Lark. She's saying to her, a fort kept eating away at me, and that fort is, you were right. Our hero, this girl over here, but she's a stick. She's a stick. So our main hero of the show tells her that she's right. She was right for, and she specifically says, you were right for, I wrote this entire thing down, that you were right wiping out monarchies and the clans that she was a part of. You were a part of these fucking clans. And you're like, oh, it was a good thing, actually. It was a good thing. So the show is defending genocide. I don't know how you've done that. Did you do it on purpose? Or are you that incompetent? I don't know. But it's obvious, isn't it? Because our Empress here, who killed her fucking brother and shit, and killed everybody and wiped a whole people out, she's a woman, you see, so whatever she does is fucking fine. Oh, she was going to be a footnote in someone else's story, so she's justified in killing people. I don't know what you're doing. This just takes the fucking piss. It really does. Our main hero says that to the villain. She's a fucking villain. That is what she is. And our main hero has said, you were right for genociding a bunch of people. Fuck me. Lauren, your head is twisted. It really is. Sick and fucking twisted. I don't know what more I can say. Do I need to say anything else? Like, on this topic? I'm just like, no, I don't think I do. I shouldn't have to. Oh, fuck me. How do you just write this shit? So, yeah, wiping a load of people out, that's fine, apparently, according to our main hero. Our main hero! Remember when our heroes used to inspire us? Not anymore. Not anymore, that's all I say. Not anymore. No inspiring. She's agreeing with what she done was good. Because the monarchies stood on people's necks, but you stood on people's necks as well. So she still agrees that what she done was good. The problem is what she done with having that power. She doesn't have a problem with the genocide. I'm just lost. I'm really, Clown World. What can I say more than Clown World? So yeah, that's pretty much the conversation. Our main hero agrees that killing all those people and your brother and the clans that I'm a part of was a good thing. It was a good thing. So then the Empress tries to kill her, and then the Lark stabs it. She stabs it in her chest. You know the little gap that I was talking about? She stabs it in there. So that's why you don't have a gap in your fucking under your tits. Why do you have a gap there? That's to make it easier for when people want to kill me. I guess that's what she's going for. So, yeah, we can kind of blast through most of this now. So, Baelor turns up. And he can control fire. Is that all? Is that all you want? You wanted chaos magic, but all you can do with it is you control fire. Is that it? Is that all you've done? So he kills people with his newfound powers. He almost burns these people alive. One thing. Do you know that she's got cerebral palsy, and she's a mage and all that? It's a fucking hell. It's definitely the diversity gang, isn't it? Fucking hell. So they almost get burned, and then he's like, "Oh, I know how to stop it." What was it he says? No, I don't think we. So he wants to. Like we've seen Stoneheart merge with that heart. She's going to do the same thing to attach him to Baelor. How any of this works, don't fucking know. Don't know. They haven't explained anything really, other than explaining the plot, which we already fucking knew about. So that's what they're going to do. We have this fight going on here. They fall out of the window. Yeah, because one of the lines that the Lark gave to the Empress was, you can either leave the knife in your chest, like maybe someone will find you and save you, or you can take it out and bleed to death. I'm like, yeah, she's going to die either way. So she's walking along here, trailing blood. It's like, I'm surprised she even managed to make it. Look at all that blood. All that, how thick it is, look. I'm pretty sure you'd be dead by the time you got there. So she sits down, puts her crown on her head. Yes, I'm not another footnote in someone else's story. So, and then like this guy comes in and says, "Oh, I'm looking for this." And then all the people come in. And then she says, "Remember me. Remember me for being a villainous fucking bitch." So she pulls the blade out and she's dead. All right, great. That was fun. So now he's fighting with this monster. The monster flies off. Wait, he flings her. I'm telling you, every show. Why are we doing this? Every show, they have someone get thrown into a fucking wall and they're fine. It's like, yeah, you don't have to die, but at least it's like that's gonna fuck you up. Look, yeah, she look at that, bang, bang. She's fine. She's fine. Oh, she's unconscious. Oh, is that all? Fucking hell. So he gets all mad. And then he starts hulking out. I don't know why they went with Hulk. I don't know. And then that thing, he like breaks this statue's sword. and then he throws it at the thing. That beast can shoot stuff out of its cock. I don't know what it shoots it out of. Why doesn't it do it when it's flying back towards him? Why don't it just fly off? Then it'd live. But he throws this sword up in the air and kills it. And it never shot at him or nothing. So now we're back to this. He's like, oh, you lot always look down on me. I don't need any of you. So then he comes in, and then she starts doing this shit, connecting them both. But yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. So they're seeing if that thing's dead, and then like, where did Thingy go? Because this is just made into a joke. So Stoneheart, he's gone missing for some reason, and then he comes back. He tears this fucking guy apart, because we're edgy in this show. And why is he like lost? I don't really know why he's lost the plot. So he done that. And I need you to watch this, because I'm like, yeah, you're dead from that. Yet later on he turns up alive. So he goes to attack him. He puts that in there. And then watch this fucking punch. I'm sorry, you're dead. You're dead from a punch like that. So they're like looking at him like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Look at his fuck off. Look at that. He punched him that hard, he fucking ripped his eye out. Now, yeah, that's a dead guy. He's dead. But then later on he turns up and he's alive. Fucking, so he's lost the plot. He's absolutely lost the plot. She starts humming to calm him down. It's like, yeah, I think he's beyond that now. He's beyond that. So then she's like, oh, I love you. I love you. You know, remember our relationship has had the groundwork, and it's been very built up. And then she like stabs him. It's like he just got an axe or like a machete thing straight down. I don't think stabbing him is going to really do the job, is it? I think it's going to take more than that. So she stabs him. They're all sad. They're all sad, and then she like screams in the air. That may just be thumbnail material. Let's see if we can get a good one of it. I'll get it later. I'll come back. I'll come back to it, and we'll get it later. we're gonna hit an hour here, aren't we? I thought with it being the shortest episode, we wouldn't be here too long, but here we are. Alright, so as that's going on, then he touches the monolith and it explodes, and then that's how the what do they call it? The fucking why am I forgetting what it's called? The convergence or something like that. The convergence, the contraction. I'm forgetting it. So that's when we get the narrator just explaining what we've already seen. She says he destroyed his legacy, not realizing the energy released would shatter space and time itself. So then all the fragile worlds, as they put it, start opening up. All this stuff starts happening, and please come up. I'm hoping the subtitles come up. Yeah, the conjunction. That's it. The conjunction of spheres. So that's how it happened. A guy touched a monolith, and that happened. Fucking, you would think you would come up with a bit more of an epic way for this to happen, but you didn't. So we're done with that now. Now we're so with the convergence or whatever. This elf wakes up, and then there's all these humans about, and then you see the woman. She's got normal ears. He turns around and looks at her and says, like, "What are you?" And I'm just like, she looks the same as you. I don't think you can tell that. Oh, her ears are different. That's the only difference about you. your ears. Because that's the biggest problem with a lot of these shows now, especially fantasy. They don't realize that when you have different, when you have elves and humans, you have to make the elves look different than the humans. You can't just have, oh, they got pointy ears, but they're basically the same as humans. It doesn't quite work. So him going, what are you? I'm like, she looks the same as you. She looks the same as you. She really does look the same as you. It's just the ears. The ears are the only difference. I don't know what you're seeing. Are you seeing someone else than I am? I'm just seeing, a person that looks like this person. That's it. Because, again, just in fantasy, even the same with, like, the Rings of Power, they don't have differences between the races. Other than the ears. That is it. That's all. There's no difference to them. You have to have the elves look different. But you haven't done that, so yeah, just him going, what are you? It's like, nah, you should just go, all right there, how you doing? So yeah, there's just like all these people along the beach. So then we get to all the funeral stuff and all that. Whatever, who gives a fuck? So he's alive. He's alive. He just lost an eye. It's like, the weight behind that punch. You're dead. You're dead. Like right here, he punched him right here. You are dead, my friend. They've got like that mage woman with the white hair. It reads. So what this stone says is Sindral, beloved brother. He's not your brother. He's not your. They seem to think that what makes you brother and sister is the fact you were born on the same night. You're not brother. He's not your brother. So stop saying beloved brother. He's not your brother. You don't have the same mum or the same dad. You were just born on the same day, and that somehow makes you brother. Oh, fuck off. You see that that was the, for any people that didn't remember, because this guy made no difference to the plot whatsoever. He was just there so we could make a historic gay kiss for the 50,000 fucking time. So that's what. So they show him. He's mourning Eredin, and then Eredin finds this mask that he just so happens to be resting beside. And then he picks it up and puts it on because he's the Wild Hunt. Why even bother with all this when you're not doing a season 2 anyway? Why bother? So yeah, he's now got this mask and he's put it on. She's pissing about with a load of bollocks. She's crying. 6 moons later, they're putting stuff up for, like, oh, we need some elves to hunt down this this creature, this monster. And then they go in here, and she's pregnant with Stoneheart's baby. Oh, fucking hell. So, she's pregnant, so she's got a baby in her. Alright. So, yeah, just a load of shit. She's like, I slayed the beast, like you said, only it was just a different type of beast. And then she's asking, touch my baby and give me your visions. So it's essentially, it's the first Witcher. That's my guess. It's just, what does she say? No, that's it, really. That's it. She just tells her, it's gonna, your baby's gonna bring about the end and some shit, and then some shit will happen. It's just, you've got the first Witcher in your fucking stomach. That's it. And then we just get back to this stuff. Not much is said, really. And then he's back in battle. It's over. And that's the end. So it was a 36-minute episode. And it took us almost an hour to get through. Fucking. So yeah, this is the worst episode. Definitely the worst episode. So the rankings are for worst to best. Best, it's not fucking good anyway. So is episode 4's the worst, then episode 3, then episode 1, then episode 2. You know, I'm not shocked really that we ended on the fucking worst episode. I don't know what this was, but it's fucking hell. What was this? Can anyone explain to me what this was? Other than we're gonna have the diversis for you know. Other than that, seems to me like that's the only point. But we've made it to the end. That was fucking shit. What a way to end a shit year for storytelling. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than we've got more shit to come in 2023.